This news update is brought to you by...
Say hello to Chelsea. Chelsea is a champion surfer, so she's accustomed to moving super fast, which is why she relies on super fast broadband brought to her through Flow's 100% fiber to the home network. It keeps her family sharing and surfing and saving each month. Combined, she bundles her Flow mobile, home phone, and TV services, so she can enjoy much more for much less, and so can you. Visit any Flow retail outlet, call 1-800-804-2994, or visit discoverflow.co to find out more. One-of-a-kind connection. This is how we flow.
It's Wednesday, March 2nd, and time for the Barbados Today afternoon update. Thanks for joining us. I'm Frenella Wedderburn. The Ministry of Education is seeking legal advice on whether teachers should be paid for correcting school-based assessment papers. President of the Barbados Secondary Teachers Union, Mary Redmond, tells Barbados Today the decision was taken during talks between top ministry officials and the BSTU yesterday afternoon. She said the ministry will seek counsel from the Solicitor General's office for advice on the matter. In the meantime, she says the BSTU will not be swayed from its stance that correcting SBAs fell outside of its normal responsibilities of teachers. The government is being asked to reconsider plans to implement a fingerprinting system at the island's ports of entry. From April 1, travelers, with the exception of children under the age of 16 and holders of diplomatic passports, will be fingerprinted when leaving and entering the country. But opposition leader Mia Motley is adamant that the move serves no useful purpose and suggests that the Caribbean Intelligence Network be upgraded to protect the island's borders.
I want to appeal to the government in good conscience. I understand why you have to put security at the top of your list, because I too feel that the most important function of a state is the preservation of security. But the risk of abuse, when compared to the advantage derived from asking people to give those fingerprints, is way out of skew. And we therefore need to ask ourselves, what do we really achieve? Because there is no country that I know in the Western Hemisphere that requires their citizens, they may require visitors, but requires their citizens to submit to giving their biometric data, their fingerprints, upon entry or departure. And I believe the member for St. Joseph has spoken to this already. And I trust and pray that this is a matter on which the government can have a sensible conversation with us on.
Opposition leader Mia Motley was speaking in Parliament yesterday during debate on the Trafficking in Person Bill 2016. Also addressing the Parliament was Prime Minister Frondell Stewart, who raised concerns about human trafficking in the country. He described the illegal act as degrading and a new form of slavery which is driven by the love of money. And he is appealing to Barbadians, particularly victims of human trafficking, not to turn a blind eye to the illegal practice.
There is a united front between the government and the opposition on issues of this kind, and that we have to build a Barbados that respects women, that respects children, that respects families, a Barbados of which we can all feel proud. We do not accept any of the postulates of state-sponsored or individual slavery. And that has to be made very clear right across this country and right across this region. I deeply sympathize with all those who have been quiet, muted victims of this kind of abuse.
Meantime, opposition member of Parliament for St. James Central, Kerry Simmons, is calling for greater policing of gentlemen's clubs. He says these establishments are sprouting across the country and are a fertile ground for human trafficking.
The reality is, Mr. Speaker, sir, that there is a pattern that has evolved in Barbados that we cannot realistically turn a blind eye to, especially when what is happening is that there is the procurement of young females and males, many of whom are brought in from outside of Barbados for the purpose, and I will concede, many of them may come here consensually. Some may even participate in these things consensually. But I am pleased about the definitions in this act, because I think that what is being achieved here, hopefully, is to cause this society to start to look seriously at the things that we tend to take for granted, oftentimes participate in without understanding the extent of the problem that we are contributing to.
The topic of Barbados becoming a republic took center stage last night at the LSD Secondary School organized panel discussion. It's a move that historian Trevor Marshall and attorney at law Hal Gollop are all in favor of. However, they warn that such a move will not result in immediate material benefits for the country.
Constitutional development is an evolutionary process. You move from one stage to the other gradually. And it is not a case of material benefits that you can put your fingers on and say, well, look, this is the kind of benefit you will derive from this system, and that is the kind of benefit that you will derive from this other system. It's not as simplistic as that.
Republicanism is an existential issue. I'm tired of hearing this thing about what benefits does it convey. The Americans have been a republic for what? 1876? Right, 240 years. They still have pockets of poverty. All right, they still have all kinds of inequalities. Ask Great Rock. But they move towards a moral state where they could say, I am an American. I do not depend on Britain. I have created a new world. It is different from the old world.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Read all about it, read all about it. Get your paper, only $2.25, let's get your paper.
You again with that stale news from yesterday. I got the Barbados today on my phone, and I just get my news for free.
What do she?
Barbados Today. News you can trust.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
Hey, I'm Rabia. Look out for my new segment, Fashion and Beauty with Rabia, coming out this week. It's going to be so exciting. It's going to cover hair, nails, shoes, everything fashion and beauty. I'm excited, and you should be too.
To news from the region, law enforcement authorities in Trinidad and Tobago are probing a gruesome discovery. They are trying to identify a man's body who was found wrapped in black plastic by officers of the Eastern Division Task Force. Reports say the body had to be removed with the use of heavy machinery from where it had been placed. And still in Port of Spain, prisons officers are threatening legal action against the Keith Rowley administration after one of their colleagues was gunned down on Monday.
President of the Prisons Officers Association, Saran Richards, said his association's cries for protection for his officers have gone unnoticed.
The state of Trinidad and Tobago, under the auspices of the Attorney General, will see the Prison Officers Association in court very, very soon. We will be in court. We have a constitutional matter that we will be putting in the court, headed by Mr. Ramesh Lawrence Maraj and other attorneys, and we will be challenging the state's inability to protect prison officers, whether on or off duty.
2 prisons officers have lost their lives in the past 4 months due to gun violence, with both incidents being suspected to be hits coming from inside the prison walls.
On the international scene, a 7.9 magnitude earthquake struck off the coast of western Indonesia. There are no immediate reports of death or damage, but the quake caused panics on the streets, grounding traffic to a halt and sending people scampering out of their homes to higher ground. A tsunami warning is in effect for the regions of West Sumatra, North Sumatra and Aceh. Australia also issued a tsunami warning for Cocos Island and Christmas Island in the Pacific, and a watch is also in place for the Western Australian coast, including the city of Perth. And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as channel 99 on Flow TV and the Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Frenella Wedderburn. Good afternoon.